This is a 120 Q&A practice test. Plaintiff Attorney Mr. Scott, capital S-C-O-T-T. Defense Attorney Mr. Owens, capital O-W-E-N-S. And we'll start with plaintiff attorney. Ready? Here we go. Good afternoon, Ms. Richards. Good afternoon. How are you doing? I'm okay. Okay, Ms. Richards, I want to ask you a few kind of foundational questions here. Yes. What's your mother's name? Linda West. And I want to show you what is marked as Exhibit 47. May I approach, Your Honor? You can approach anytime you want to without asking, as can Mr. Owens, as long as you don't hover in front of a witness or obstruct the view of the jury, any juror from whoever is testifying. Okay, thank you. I'm going to show you what's been marked as Exhibit 47. Just look at the photo. That's my mother. Okay, thank you. I'll just put it on the screen briefly. This is a photo of your mom, Linda West. Yes, I'm sorry. It's okay. Do you need a moment? I'm okay. Go ahead. When were you born? October 21st, 1985. And had you lived with your mom throughout your childhood? Yes, I did. And was your mom married to somebody during this time? Part of the time. Part of the time. Yes, sir. Who was that person? David West. Do you see Mr. West here in the courtroom? Yes, I do. For the record, would you tell the court where he's seated and describe an article of clothing he's wearing? To the left, he's in a suit and a blue shirt. Your Honor, may the record reflect the witness has identified the defendant. Any objection, Mr. Scott? No, sir, Your Honor. Thank you. Then it will. Is the defendant your biological father? No, he's not. So he would have been your stepfather? Yes, sir. Did you grow up with him as your stepfather? He's all I knew as my father, and as far as I knew, up until I was 21, he was my father. You found out at age 21 he wasn't your father? Yes. Okay, I take it at some point you left the West house? That is correct. When was that? That was on Thanksgiving of 2006. Okay, how old were you then? 21. Okay, what did you do for a living back then? I was a professional singer, entertainer. Did you provide financial assistance for the household? I was the only income. Okay, now I want to fast forward to 2012. Yes, sir. By the way, do you know when the defendant and your mom got married? It was February 28th, 1994. Okay, and were you aware that in early 2012 there was a divorce filed in connection with your parents? Yes. With your mom and the defendant? Yes, sir. In June of 2012, where were you living? In Alaska, Anchorage, Alaska. Who were you living with? My husband and my 3 children. On that month in June of 2012, did your mom come to visit you in Alaska? Yes, I had paid for her ticket for her to come see my kids for my son's birthday. How long did she stay, if you remember? From the 4th to the 8th. So about 5 days or so in June, approximately 5 days. Did she just say yes or no? Did she discuss with you during that time her marriage with the defendant? Yes, she did. Did she express happiness or unhappiness with the marriage? Unhappiness. Was there any plan as to what? Let me back up a little bit. Did they have a home in Barstow? Yes, sir, they did. Did your mom indicate that home was going to be kept or sold? All right, the word list. Short word list. Ms. Richards, capital RICHARDS. Linda West, capital LINDA. New word, capital WEST. David, capital DAVID. Barstow, capital BARSTOW. And that is it for the word list, and that will conclude our 120 Q&A practice test.